how to create your heaven on earth. That's a topic we're going to be talking about today. Hell and heaven is a state of mind. Most people, we suffer throughout our life like we suffer in hell, and we live in hell. We suffer from past life traumas. We suffer from things that happens to us in life, emotional things, disappointments. We suffer from blindness and not seeing the world as it is. We suffer from lies. We suffer from deceit. There's a lot of suffering because the system is designed that way, to keep us in suffering. We are the fuel to the system. The system wants us suffering. It wants us to keep spinning on the hamster wheel so that they can get our energy. The entire world is run on energy. Not just the world, the entire universe is just pure energy. And that's why so much has been done and so much money has been invested to keep you in a certain place in life. So how can you escape hell and create your own heaven on earth? Right now, we live in a time where there's two completely different worlds. There's a massive shift in energy. Depending on the frequency that you're at, you're either living currently in hell, or you're in heaven already, or you're on your way to heaven. Let's first look at what hell is. Hell is what most of us are currently living in. Most of us probably have a job that you hate going to. You're miserable. You realize that there's more to life than just paycheck, and you know that you're not living the life that's aligned with what you're supposed to do here. That internal pain causes suffering every single day for you. You may be hitting roadblocks after roadblocks. You may have suffered a lot of traumas as a child and even now perhaps. You may be in a state where you think, man, something is wrong, something is off. That feeling tells you. If you feel that there's more to life, and if you feel like you're stuck in some dead-end job that you can't get out of, you feel hopeless. In my previous video, I talked about the lower emotional, vibrational frequencies such as anger, hatred, hopelessness, misery. If you find yourself living most of your time in the lower frequency, you're in hell. And there's some people who have realized this. That's called awakening. This realization is called awakening, that there's more to life than what we are told by religion, by school, by our family. There's more to life than that. We need to, before you go to heaven, we need to heal ourselves from those suffering. There's a time of transitional period. So it doesn't matter where you're at. I want to talk about, almost give like a practical step of how one person can go from hell and create their own heaven on this earth. So if you're in hell, if you have a job that you don't like, if you're living a life that you're not proud of, if you think there's more to life, first step is to go deeper and resolve all those pain and suffering that's holding you back. Like I said before in many of my videos, everything starts here. What you have in life always begins here, depending on what frequency you're at. You have to first of all fix here before you can start fixing things in your life. That's the first place I would start at. And the meditation technique that I shared in my previous video is a great place to reprogram your frequency, but it's not the solution. The solution is to do the inner work necessary to face whatever trauma and setbacks is holding you back, and break yourself free from those negative thought patterns. There are numerous things you can do to do that. One of them being is hypnotherapy. You can try hypnosis to remove the root causes that's subconsciously making you spin in circles, and resolve all your traumas, so that way you're not controlled by this invisible chain that's holding you back. Most of us, we live our life on autopilot. Every day we do the same things, repetitive behaviors and patterns that we keep repeating, though, and we don't even realize that. And most of the patterns comes from your subconscious mind. And if you are a person with a lot of, I don't want to say problems, but if you have a person who has a lot of negative subconscious pattern in your mind, you could be experiencing a life negatively. So you have to fix it, and hypnotherapy is a great way to do that. And once you fix here, and once you reprogram your subconscious mind, you have to consciously choose to be in a higher frequency. You have to use your awareness every day to see where you're at, because like I said, the current way of living, you're going to have triggers everywhere in your life that's going to try to trap you into the lower frequency again. It's a war, and you have to be prepared to fight every single day, to fight to be in the higher frequency every single day. Even if you have done the inner work here, it's not going to be easy, because there's going to be so many outside forces that's going to attack you, from media, could be coming from your loved ones, from your family, perhaps from your peers, from social media, from movies, from different things that's going to try to trap you into the lower frequency states again of fear, anger, jealousy, hatred, etc., etc. During those times, what are you going to do? First of all, you're going to have to be aware to realize that you're in the lower frequency, because if you're not aware, then you're going to get stuck there. And that's where the practice of meditation comes in play. When you meditate every day, you are improving your awareness. For a meditation, I recommend a source online called Awaken the World. They offer some of the best guided meditation and also long form meditation to help you meditate in the right way. Meditation is not just about sitting down and trying to attain something. Actually, meditation is just simply not doing anything at all. Is to just simply be present and observe what is going on around you. That's what meditation is. Some days you can have a peaceful day, and some days it's not. And it's okay to not have those days. But the most important thing is to do meditation consistently, so that you get in touch with your awareness, the awareness that's inside you, that's always been there with you, that has been observing everything from the minute you're born, or maybe even before you're born, up until now. That awareness is the key that's going to help you to stay in the present moment, and also going to help you realize your state of being, whether if you're on the lower frequency or on the higher frequency. And just to recap so far, you have to fix your mental state first, and then break the invisible chains of negative patterns in your subconscious mind. That can be done through hypnosis and other hypnotherapy, and there's more techniques there too, I'm sure, but this is a technique that I recommend. And second of all, you have to be conscious enough every single day to realize where you're at, if you're a higher frequency or lower frequency. And if you happen to be in a lower frequency, you got to do the work to get yourself back into the higher frequency. And that's done through awareness, and meditation is going to help you get in touch with that awareness. And from there, you would have to take an inventory of all the things that are wrong in your life. If you don't like your job, why are you in it? most of us, we realize, we think that this is our life, that we are supposed to just follow this linear path that they set us on. Like you're born, and then you get institutionalized, or like you get put into religion, and you go through the school for the 22 years or so, and then you graduate, and then you go to job, and then you get married, you pay bills, and then you get into this buy a home, like rat race pretty much, right? That's what most people are on. And you don't have to be like that. Life is a lot more than that, and I believe that we are free spirits that are being trapped right now. And my vision in this life is to share freedom with people, and I want to help people break all these chains and boxes that they get put on. And I want to show real freedom, because in real freedom, in a world with real freedom, you're not trapped to do anything that you don't like. You don't need money. You don't need greed. You don't need materialism. In a world with real freedom, you grow your own food, you have your own shelter, you have your own self-sustainable way of living where you're not dependent on anything. And look, we have the most precious resource in the universe. That's this land right here. Land is fertile, and land is available everywhere. You don't have to be confined into this small cities and with exorbitant rental prices and living expenses. You can just leave everything if you really want freedom. Go and connect yourself in nature, and that's going to help you heal faster as well. Because in nature, you don't have triggers and forces that are working to keep you in the lower state of frequency. By being in nature, you will heal faster. Actually, that's another good point. Like if you decide to go on this path, like fix your mental state first, practice meditation, go to nature if you can, and don't try to put yourself in the boxes that the system, the religion, and then your family might try to put you in. That's the place I would start at. Of course, there's a lot more that needs to be done to create a heaven on earth. But I want to make these videos bite-sized so that you can absorb the information. Maybe I would call this part 1 on how to create your heaven on earth. So in part 1, we covered fixing your mental state, removing the subconscious negative patterns and traumas in there, practicing meditation every single day so that you can get in touch with your awareness and know where you're at. You're in the lower frequency or in the higher frequency. And third step is to fight every day to stay in the higher frequency, because it's not going to be easy. And always do your best. Some days you may be easier for you to stay in the higher frequencies, and some days it's not going to be. But the most important thing is to consciously choosing or trying to be in higher frequency. And with practice, it's going to get a lot easier. And number 4, spend time in nature, because nature is going to help you heal faster. And number 5, don't be obligated to stay on this linear path that the system put you on. There's more to life than just working. I hope this video makes you think and you ask questions to introspect your life. I'll be making more videos on this series. Until next time, my friends, take care and be fearless.